So, very interesting times we are now in ROS, that we are going back kind of to our centralized components, which is Zenoh router, but literally it works much better. And this is also when you really go deeply into DDS, they work the best with name server on DDS. Yes, of course, because again, we have central component, but we have projects running for days and months on Zenoh router. It's extremely stable component. We really like it, and now every project is running for us with Zenoh. Hi everyone, Dr. Dennis from BeRobotize here. If you ever wanted to use ROS like a pro, then this is a video for you. In ROS for Pro series, we are showing you which tools we use at BeRobotize and how we profit from them in our everyday work. In today's video, we will be talking about how to use Zenoh and how to avoid all the fuss with DDS and easily use Zenoh, and how we have integrated it in our tool RTW. So let's jump in. Here you can see our main website of our internal tool, which is fully open source, RTW, rtwberobotize.com. Then you end up on the main page. It says Jazzy, but it's valid also for the rolling, of course. This is the minimal version, always mentioned here. And here we have Zenoh crash course that basically will explain you in short how to use Zenoh, how to set it up on workspace and so on, how to use it remotely and everything else. So let's try to set it up. So I first need to open my console, and I would say let's now jump into one of our workspaces. I will use this my robot workspace that we have created some time ago. Let's actually do it again to see the variables. We don't see any export of the Zenoh variable, so we don't know if Zenoh is used or not. But there is alias RTV Zenoh router. We can start use it, but you will now get, of course, error because environment variable RMW implementation is not set. So that's why we need to check manual. First and foremost, we need to install Zenoh. Sudo apt install ROS rolling. We use here version, then RMW -Zenoh CPP. So now it is installed Zenoh, and we then simply need to set it in our workspace. So we can literally do this over environment variables. So let's just check here this command. So we can do RTV workspace edit, and then env vars, and we will just copy this thing here. Like this. Tab, we should select workspace to edit. So with tab, we can choose, and we want to edit my robot workspace. So now when we open new tab and do RTW vs my robot workspace, we should now see that we have two environment variables, you see? Zenoh and, okay, logging function for Zenoh. So now RTW Zenoh router, this works, and it tells you that it's running in the local mode. If you want to run it remotely, then you can either set Zenoh Connect IP, or you can use it with IP address. This is our example for our control box. Basically, it's the same. But this is important because now everything will be running on Zenoh, my robot workspace. And now if I start my offline setup, now also I would expect all the commands that are much faster. So when I list controllers, okay, I don't see it directly many faster right now, but we will see later when we are using it. Generally, Zenoh much faster. So that's basically it about Zenoh. So this is what you should do, and this is how you can set it up. Don't forget to set up documentation or check the documentation. Again, under guidelines, Zenoh crash course, and this should be enough for you to start using Zenoh. So very interesting times we are now in ROS, that we are going back kind of to our centralized components, which is Zenoh router, but literally it works much better. And this is also when you really go deeply into DDS, they work the best with name server on DDS. Yes, of course, because again, we have central component, but we have projects running for days and months on Zenoh router. It's extremely stable component. We really like it, and now every project is running for us with Zenoh, and today you could see how you can use it simply. So, like this video if you like Zenoh, if you also want to share more with other people about this important topic, subscribe to our videos, and hopefully see you soon. See you next one in some interesting ROS for Pros tips. Bye.